What would you do if a lost letter revealed unspeakable secrets from the past? Welcome to today's tale, where we will delve into the eerie mystery of the messenger. Join us in this chilling story that will make you question the nature of messages from the beyond. It all began in a small town nestled in a valley surrounded by mountains, where the houses were old and the stories even older. The inhabitants of this place lived their days in apparent calm, unaware of the mystery that would soon envelop them. Don Alvaro, the town's postman, was a familiar figure to all, with his appearance of an old man bent by the years, trembling hands, and a whispering voice that seemed to come from another time. He had earned the trust and affection of the neighbors. However, no one suspected the dark secret he hid. Don Alvaro had a peculiar habit. He delivered letters from people who had died years ago. These missives arrived with an air of mystery and contained revelations that could change the lives of those who received them. Each letter was a key that opened doors to secrets that time had buried. It was as if Don Alvaro were a bridge between the world of the living and the dead, bringing with him messages that no one expected to receive. One morning, Sofia, a young woman who had recently arrived in town, received an unexpected letter. The letter was yellowed, with faded ink, but the content was disturbingly clear. It came from her great-grandmother, who had died over 30 years ago. In the letter, her great-grandmother confessed a dark family secret, a murder that had been hidden for decades. The letter mentioned an old cabin in the woods where evidence of the crime could be found. With her heart racing and fear taking hold of her, Sofia decided to investigate. The forest surrounding the town was known for its dense vegetation and stories of apparitions. As Sofia ventured deeper into the woods, the atmosphere became more oppressive, as if the very air was laden with unrevealed secrets. The tall, ancient trees seemed to whisper among themselves, as if they wanted to warn her about what she was about to discover. Finally, she reached the cabin. It was a dilapidated structure with broken windows and doors that creaked at the slightest touch. Inside, she found an old chest containing personal items and a diary detailing the events that led to the murder. The most disturbing part was the last entry in the diary, which appeared to have been written on the day of her great-grandmother's death, narrating an encounter with a mysterious figure that bore an uncanny resemblance to Don Alvaro. With each page she read, Sofia felt the weight of the past growing stronger. The last entry in the diary was a clear warning: the messenger will come for you. Suddenly, a loud knock on the cabin door startled her out of her reverie. When she opened the door, she found no one there, but there was another letter on the ground with no return address. As she opened it, a cold chill ran down her spine. It was a letter from her own mother, who had died in an accident 5 years ago, warning her of imminent danger. As dusk fell and darkness enveloped the forest, Sofia decided to return to the town. Upon arriving, she desperately sought out Don Alvaro, but the neighbors told her that he had stopped being the postman years ago and, according to stories, had died decades ago. Confounded and with a growing sense of unease, Sofia realized that the true mystery was not the content of the letters, but the very existence of Don Alvaro. Days later, in the peace of her home, she received another letter. This time, the envelope was clean and new, but the sender remained unknown. Upon opening it, she found a simple message: "You cannot escape the past." With the latent fear in her heart, she decided to burn all the letters, hoping to put an end to the terror that haunted her. However, the next day, another letter appeared at her door, identical to the previous ones. The figure of Don Alvaro manifested every night in her dreams, delivering warning letters and uncovering more family secrets. Sofia decided to investigate further into the story of Don Alvaro. She spoke with the oldest inhabitants of the town, who told her that Don Alvaro had been an exemplary postman during his life, always punctual and dedicated to his work. However, a tragedy had marked his life: the mysterious disappearance of his wife and daughter, who were never found. Heartbroken, Don Alvaro continued his work as a postman until the day of his death, but some said that his spirit never found peace. One day, While exploring the local library, Sofia found an old book of town records. Among the dusty pages, she discovered an entry about Don Alvaro's family. It mentioned that his wife and daughter had disappeared under strange circumstances, and that some believed it had been an act of revenge by a person with whom Don Alvaro had had a conflict. However, there was no concrete evidence, and the case remained unsolved. Each letter Sofia received seemed to be connected to the disappearances and secrets of the past. One night, as she tried to fall asleep, she felt a presence in her room. Upon opening her eyes, she saw the blurry figure of Don Alvaro, who handed her another letter before vanishing. Trembling, Sofia opened the letter and read, "Find the truth, set my soul free." With renewed determination, Sofia decided to follow the clues left in the letters. Each one led her closer to the truth about the disappearance of Don Alvaro's family and the murder her great-grandmother had mentioned. She discovered that the two stories were intertwined in a way she never could have imagined. Sofia's great-grandmother had witnessed an encounter between Don Alvaro and an unknown man on the day of the disappearance of his family. Fearing for her life, she had never revealed what she knew. Sofia decided to confront the man her great-grandmother had mentioned in her diary. Upon finding him, she discovered that he was an elderly man living alone in a house on the edge of the forest. The man, initially reluctant to speak, finally confessed that he had had a dispute with Don Alvaro and, in a fit of rage, had caused the disappearance of his family. However, the man swore he had never intended for things to go so far and had lived with guilt ever since. Upon returning to the town, Sofia took the evidence to the local authorities, who reopened the case. The truth finally came to light, and the community was shocked to discover the dark past that had been hidden for so long. With the culprit finally facing justice, Sofia felt that she had done the right thing by following the clues from the letters. The night after the case was resolved, Sofia had a dream in which Don Alvaro and his family were finally reunited, thanking her for setting their souls free. Upon waking, she felt a peace she had not felt in a long time. The letters ceased, and the figure of Don Alvaro stopped appearing in her dreams. Sofia's story and the mysterious messenger became a local legend. Some say that old letters can still be found in the town's houses, written by hands that no longer exist in this world. No one knows who Don Alvaro really was or why he delivered those letters, but one thing is certain. In the small valley town, secrets never truly die. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, leave a like, and share in the comments what you thought. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the mysterious and unknown. Until next time,